guys, welcome back to another episode of Behind the Bar Liquor Reviews, Brew House Reviews, Link, Big Daddy, Special K. And continuing on our second week of our October pumpkin beers, we've got Blue Point Brewing Company, Pumpkin Ale.
Now, aren't they based out of Long Island?
They are based out of Long Island. They did not have their own brewery. They are a brewery on paper, although now they do have their own tasting room in Long Island.
That doesn't make them a brewery, though.
Right, they're a brewery on paper. They are completely outsourced to the Genesee Brewery, and Anheuser-Busch just bought Blue Point Brewery this year, but Anheuser-Busch still contracts Genesee to make Blue Point for them.
And that could be because of government monopoly laws and stuff.
Could be.
I
know that their Toasted Lager is an award-winning lager. They have all sorts of stuff like Toxic Sludge. They have 3 different summer beers.
That sounds good.
Yeah, it really does.
It's a black IPA.
Give me a pint of Toxic Sludge.
I almost bought one of those today to try it.
They have all sorts of different brews. They are extremely popular. A lot of the brew houses around here carry like 4 or 5 of their different beers. So,
well, let's drink it. There's an elephant on the thing. I don't know what elephants have to do with this at all, but okay.
Yeah, I saw that before.
Weird.
Lots of elephants on there.
Elephants have a long memory.
What does that do with pumpkin ale?
You remember what it tastes like.
It's just on all there.
I'm not an elephant.
You sure? I mean, it's about the same texture as an elephant.
You're more of the size of an elephant than I am. Was that harsh? I apologize.
Put that back, Link.
No, he's not gonna drink.
Oh yeah, he's
just
right.
give it to
I was
us.
going to smell it.
Yeah, you don't.
Link's not a drinker. He's a sommelier, but he's really not a drinker. Probably actually a good combination.
Yeah.
Because if I were a drinker and a sommelier, I'd be hammered 24/7.
I spent the last 6 years managing a retail wine store and would have sales reps come in at 9:30 in the morning with 7 different scotches to taste. And if I was a drinker,
It would make my day go
by 11 o'clock in the morning,
Yes.
I'd be slumped over at the desk.
All right.
Now again, I don't get any pumpkin smell off.
No, I'm getting a little hint of the pumpkin spices.
But not
some of the beer. Oh man, that went right up in the.
Yeah. Right in the nostrils.
Burn. Oh, I'm getting a really good scent of it now.
I've done that with wine before. I can relate.
Oh.
Now I get nothing pumpkin, which does not make it a bad beer.
No, but there's a really unique, almost molasses on the nose. It's really kind of cool. I really like the
don't
nose.
get molasses.
No, smell it again. Seriously.
Did you taste it yet, Big Daddy?
That's it.
Then I did not see that many S's.
Huh?
You did have some extra S's.
Molasses has a lot of S's.
It does.
Picking up a syrupy pumpkin, like there's pumpkin in the taste, and there's a hint of syrup in it. Like probably molasses, like Link said.
They might cook the pumpkin in this one, but I don't even get that. I don't really get a whole lot out of this one, to be quite honest. I don't get much flavor from this.
No, I don't get any pumpkin flavor.
Nope.
But I do get a little of that. Again, to me, it's like a sweet molasses taste.
Yeah, that's the main part of it. I mean, it's the smallest hint of like a squash family plant that I'm getting.
Well,
in there.
maybe pumpkin.
Right, gourd.
Could be.
No, I don't even.
Let's use some gourds because we're too cheap to buy pumpkin.
I mean, it's a nice beer, but there's just it's not pumpkin.
Yeah. You're advertising it as a pumpkin ale.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, plot twist. Malt beverage. Does that go in with like a malt liquor?
Well, I don't know because they're not using barley and hops. It might not make it a beer. This finger quotes beer. Because there are certain things that make it certain things.
It's like with the mics that we tried in previous episodes.
Right.
Those are malt beverages.
Yeah, because they're not using the hops and the barley.
Right, because it just says malt beverage brewed with pumpkin and spices.
That might just be because, again,
So it's like pumpkin zima.
it's Puma. But I think that might only be because of trademark laws or something that make it where you can't call it a beer because it doesn't use those particular items.
True. I wonder if it's...
He happens to have a beer we had last week.
This says ale brewed with pumpkin and spices.
So maybe it's just in the style, maybe it's the way they make it. I mean,
they may not
again, the difference between port and sherry is basically in how they make it.
Right.
The difference between a beer and a malt beverage, if you're not using hops, if you're not, you know, malting barley for your product, if you're using some other type of base, you might not be able to label it as an ale.
And in that Saranac, they may have used all of the products plus the pumpkin. So this one here, they basically fermented
Whatever, maybe they fermented pumpkin.
Well, I assume they used pumpkin, you idiot, to make the pumpkin ale. You get like barley wine. It's basically beer made without hops. So it's barley wine. And this might just be pumpkin ale without the barley or whatever. So they can call it that, and they can call it whatever they want. It's America. We're not as strict as Italy, Spain, France, Portugal.
Well, let's see. You had a 7.5 last time on the Saranac.
Yeah.
What are you giving on this?
3.
Link, you
4.
had an 8.5. You're at a 4. I was at a 7. I'm at a 4. I'm gonna agree with Link. It's as a beer, it's okay. I could probably put back a few of these, but there's nothing outstanding about it.
Actually, I may have been disappointed in a 3. I would say closer to a 1. It's a very blah, no flavored. If I'm buying this thinking I'm getting a pumpkin flavored beer,
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna be pissed. There's no pumpkin flavor there.
Yeah, you know, I think the only reason I went a 4 is because I'm getting the.
I don't want more of it. I just said it was bad.
The molasses.
That's why I'm giving you more.
You know what? I'm dropping my rating. Now that I heard Big Daddy say that, I'm going down to a 2.5.
Well, I'll keep it at a 4, and I agree with that. I mean, just like with wine, you want varietal accuracy. If you buy a cab, you want it to taste like a cab.
Yeah.
If you're buying a pumpkin ale, you want it to taste like pumpkin ale, and this
I bought
just
this
really doesn't.
individual bottle, $1.85. So I mean, I'm not out of ton of money.
You overpaid, but
If I bought a 6-pack of it or a 12-pack, because I thought, man, I love Blue Point Brewing. I'm gonna buy a 12-pack because I'm gonna love this.
I'm pissed.
well, but again, you got to look at it like you're buying a pumpkin ale because you think it's going to taste like pumpkin.
Yep.
And I understand that. I love the pumpkin flavor.
Yep.
But you're not getting the pumpkin flavor.
Yep. So, Barflies, have you had Blue Point Pumpkin Ale? Let us know in the comments below. What do you think about it? Do you agree with us? Is this kind of like hoopla and crap?
Now, we're not sitting here bashing Blue Point.
No.
No, I've had some really great
They have some
products,
quality products.
but this isn't one.
And like I said, if this wasn't labeled pumpkin ale with that, I like that little bit of molasses to it, I would have enjoyed this beer a lot more, not knowing it was supposed to be pumpkin
If
ale.
it was just like Blue Point Random Ale, it would be delicious.
Just call it molasses ale.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Because in America, and I mean probably everywhere, but I've lived in America my whole life, people like truth in advertising.
Mhm.
And when it's not what it says it is,
Except,
and I'm sure they use pumpkin in this, but I'm saying when it doesn't taste like what it sounds like, people get pissed.
no, except for your fuel light in your vehicle. There was a study, and Americans like their fuel light, their low fuel light to come on when they have between 2 and 4 gallons of fuel left. In Germany, they like it to come on when they have like a quarter of a gallon left, so they know they have to hit that gas station.
Well, they don't
right away.
use gallons over there.
Well, you know what I
would it
mean.
be in liters?
I have no
Oh, well then,
idea.
see, that's inaccuracy.
But
It'd be about 0.8 liters, just for the record.
Germany wants to know right when they're about to run out
You're
of
making it
fuel.
up.
In America, they like to know when they have like 4 gallons left.
Right, well,
So,
America's
anyway.
smart. America's smart.
I don't know.
I wouldn't say engineering wise, but
Anyways, Barflies, make sure you give us a thumbs up, like this video, subscribe, share it with all your friends and family. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff is below. Thanks for tuning in. Next week you're going to get another pumpkin beer on our October specials.
we got
And hopefully it tastes like pumpkin.
Hopefully.
well, at least a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers.